stuff to my daughter, but yeah, I'm gonna say something that's gonna be a little controversial because I'm in Cartersville, Georgia, and just hear me out, okay? Don't freak out. Don't like country music. I'm sorry. One guy in the back, thank you. And which I know sounds weird because I'm dressed like someone who was definitely called Bubba at some point. But I didn't really start listening to country music until I met my wife. We met about 20 years ago. So like late 90s, early 2000s country music, right? So like Alan Jackson was still kicking around, George Strait, right? Then we transitioned to Tim and Kenny, right? We got that kind of like, what do they call it? Yacht country, pirate country, right? And then there was a line about 2012 where I feel like country music just like took a dive bomb. And that line was the Florida-Georgia line. Right? Like that's when it stopped. Like that's when I was just like, okay, that's enough. Like, and I think it's because there's too much Florida. I feel like if there was less Florida, because it was a good song. Remember Cruise? Nelly was in it. Like, I'm okay with that, right? Nelly's apparently done a lot of country music. He was with Tim McGraw. And I think when you're a rapper, you're really kind of learning to branch out. I think country's the way to go, right? But, and now it's just crazy. It's just a bunch of dudes, and they're either talking about drinking beer with their buddies or talking about the water tower, and then women are just pissed off. That's country music today, right? Another thing that bugs me too is Luke Bryan, because I feel like he should have a T at the end of his name, and that bugs me. But now, think about it. How many times before you really got into him did you go, Luke Bryant? It just makes sense. Plus, his face looks weird to me. It does. He seems like a nice guy. We watch American Idol. He seems like a cool guy. Very punchable face. He does. And he's kind of like this, so it looks like someone punched him, and it's just like... But I went to, even though I don't necessarily love country, I just love all music. All music's cool, it brings us together. But my wife loves country music. And she loves Tim McGraw. Any Tim McGraw fans in here? Right? But like she loves Tim McGraw. Like if Faith Hill died, my wife would not be upset. She'd be like, Michael, we need to sit down. It's over. Now's my chance. And we went to a Tim McGraw concert last week, which if there's anything I love less than country music, it's watching it live. And it's just concerts in general. Like it's weird because obviously I like live entertainment and I support artists. I think people who play music are awesome. And I say that because I think everyone secretly wants to be a rock star, but it's hard. And so we went to this concert, and my mom and my wife are like concert buddies. They always go to concerts together, which is great because I don't want to go, and I don't like either one of them. So Friday night, anyway. So that guy doesn't like my wife either. That's good. So we go, and my mom is like super intense, and she always gets like the VIP tickets, which was, I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. It was like my daughter's first concert she went to. So the VIP is kind of cool. You get a cool parking spot, you get to go in early, you get to buy merch early, stuff like that, which is kind of nice. It's, you're not around a bunch of people. And they're like, hey, do you want your gift basket? And I was like, oh, of course I do. So they're like, here's your Tim McGraw wine glass. And I was like, this will come in handy. And then to make it even better, they're like, here's your Tim McGraw fanny pack. And there were 4 of us. So at home right now, I have 4 Tim McGraw fanny packs. And I have worn that every day this week. Everywhere. Just because my daughter, who's 10, and everything I do is ridiculous, is she's like, Dad, you gotta take that off. And it's like clear, which makes it worse. So it's clear, and it says like Tim McGraw on it, and I just put random stuff in it. There's like a ketchup packet, a wallet, like a Beanie Baby, like it's just packed full of stuff. And I think what I don't like about concerts though is because I don't like to stand up. And it drives me crazy. I'm comfortable, right? I've got my seat, I've got like my popcorn and stuff kind of situated, and the music starts and everyone's like, oh my God! I'm like, sit down! And I also feel like, and this is, I think we should, I'm not a big politics guy, but I feel like there's some things that need to be put into place. And one of those things is, if you have a middle seat and you are late to the concert, you cannot come to the concert. Right? There's a lot of outside seat people. Everyone that was quiet is like, oh, I like the middle seat. But it's awful. Like, you just look like a jerk, right? Because you get there and you already know, like, they're at the end of the aisle, they're like, I'm 6'2". I know it looks like I'm like 180. I'm not. So it's hard to, I'm like, adjusting. And they find their seats and they're like, oh, then they decide, you know what we need? We need drinks. Excuse me. This is the last time. No, it's not. It's not. It's not the last time at all. Shut up, Gary. Get out of here. I do like, one thing I like to do at concerts, I actually do this like any kind of like public place. And it drives my family nuts. I'll just start waving. And I'll look at a distance. I won't look at anybody in particular. And I'll just call it a name. So like I'll turn around, I'll go to the concert, and I turn around, and I'm just kind of looking up, because we were close, because we were VIPs, I may have mentioned that. And I was like, Steve! Michael! What? Okay, I'll talk to you later. And everyone's like, and there's always somebody up there, there's always a Steve, right? There's always like, and I can always imagine if he sits down and his wife's like, who is that? He's like, I don't know. 3 times in my life, I've been doing this for at least 12 years. 3 times in my life, I've yelled a name and I've asked them if they're getting a drink. Like, Gary! Get a drink? Yeah, anything's fine. Give me one. Anything's fine. 3 times, somebody has come up to me and gone, here you go, and I'm going, I'm so embarrassed. I don't remember what your name is. And I'm like, Mike, we met at Tom's house. And they're like, because everyone has a friend named Tom, right? So they're like, oh, yeah, how is your family, I guess? They're great. Meemaw died, Oh, sorry to hear that. Or sometimes don't try it. We could do it right now. If there was enough people. Steve! I'll come later. Look at that guy's face. His name is not Steve, but he was super excited. Now his family's walking in with him, is going, who is that? He's like, I don't know. It looked like Gary, but I'm not sure. I think that was Bubba.